Hi guys, let's continue. Okay, in this straight line chapter, we have few formula to remember. Firstly is the general equation, which is y equal to mx plus c. Then you must also know m is the gradient, which is y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Right? So these two formula you should know, and then after that there are more like finding the length of a line. So imagine we have a line like that. I want to know the length of this line. So let's see, this is 1, and this is, let's say this is 4 or 3, all right, and this one may be 1 also, and this one is 4, let's say. Okay. So I want, when I want to know the length of this line, I can actually form a right angle triangle like that. If you still remember what is Pythagoras theorem, so the Pythagoras theorem saying that the length of this one is this one you square it plus this one you square it, then you square root it, right? You remember that one? So in order to find the length here, is actually 3 minus 1, which is 2, then this one will be 4 minus 1, you get 3, right? So that means the length of this line will be square root of 2 square plus 3 square. Then you have 4 plus 9, then you get 13, square root 13. So the length of this line is square root of 13. Now I want to convert this into a formula. Okay, so let's say this is x1 and this is y1, right? And how and this is x2, because this is a second coordinate here, x2, and this is y2. Okay, so in order to find this as 3, in order to find this, it's basically y2 minus y1, right? So basically we have y2 minus y1, but I need to square it because of this, right? Then after that I need to plus the x2 minus x1 to get 2, right? 3 minus 1. So it's basically x2 minus x1, right? Square root. Then square, sorry. Then after that we need to square root the whole thing. So this is how we derive to get the formula from, right? This is how I get the formula from. This x2 y1 x2 x1 is just a symbol, huh? You just have to remember, if I arrange two coordinate in order like 4 3 3 4 just now, for this 3 4, and this is 1 1. So I'll do this, square root 4 minus 1 square plus 3 minus 1 square, finish. So basically I'm following this, but I don't call it as 1 x2 whatever. It's so tedious, so I just know you have to minus, that's all, and then after the square, then in this case you still get square root of 13. All right, this is how we find the length of a line, right? So the next one is midpoint. Midpoint is quite easy also. Let's say I want to know the midpoint between these 2 points. Okay, so you have 3 4 and 1 1. I want to know the middle here. So basically the formula is this one. Put a big bracket, put a comma here, put a fraction divided by 2. So these two is going to plus each other. The x1 will plus x2 for the x value, y1 to plus the y2 for the x value, for the y value. So in this case the midpoint will be 3 plus 1 divided by 2, 4 plus 1 divided by 2. So that means you have 4 divided by 2, you get 2, and this one is 2.5. So basically this one will be here, this will be 2.5 here. Sorry, it's 2 here, because between 2 and 1 is between 3 and 1 is 2, right? It's correct. Between 1 and 4 the middle is 2.5. So this is how I get the midpoint. All right, so this is the formula. This is the first one to remember, second one, and this is the third one, and this is the fourth one, right? Okay, you have more to come, because this one is new thing for you right now. This is for this year, what we call perpendicular lines. So when you have one line, let's say the gradient is 2, let's say the gradient is 2, then if there is a line like cut this and form a right angle triangle, no matter where, here also can, as long as like that, the gradient of this one, of this 3, actually the gradient of this 3 will be, you use -1 to divide by whatever you have right here. So it's -1 over 2, Why are we saying this like that? Okay, actually the theory is like that. The m of this original, what I call it as m1, multiply the new one, which is m2, must equal to -1. So if let's say I know the m1 as 2 already, I want to find the other one, which is m2. So when I do this, I get this. That's why this is how I get this, right? So always remember -1 divided by whatever you have. This is the gradient of what we call as perpendicular line, right? So the gradient of the original with the gradient of perpendicular will multiply together to get -1. This is the theory. It's not a theory, actually it's a fact. You go and count it out, you actually get this. Alright, so what? That's it for today. Thank you.